Hey everyone, and a huge welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide as we kick off this course. Consider this explainer your official VIP introduction to our very first module, Introduction to Tour Operations. If you're here to learn the behind-the-scenes secrets of the world's greatest travel experiences, well, you're in exactly the right place. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
Have you ever really stopped to wonder what actually makes a massive bucket list trip, like a 5-day Kenya wildlife safari, feel totally, completely stress-free? You know the feeling, right? You show up, the van is waiting, the hotel already knows your name, your meals are perfectly prepped. It honestly feels a bit like magic. Well, spoiler alert, it's not magic. It's actually the result of an incredibly coordinated, massive behind-the-scenes effort. And honestly, that invisible effort is exactly what we're going to be unpacking here.
And that brings us right to our core definition for this whole thing, tour operations. But simply, this is the planning, organizing, coordinating, and managing of travel services to ensure a safe, enjoyable, and totally memorable experience. Think of tour operations as the invisible engine running the entire hospitality industry. It's this incredibly meticulous process of taking all these individual components, flights, hotel beds, dinners, safari drives, and seamlessly weaving them together into one beautiful, cohesive package for the guest.
To put that into perspective, just think about a coastal heritage tour. A tour operator doesn't just say, hey, go look at Fort Jesus in Mombasa. No way. They make sure the transport picks the guest up exactly on time, they coordinate with the guide to interpret the deep history of Old Town, and they ensure a refreshing ice-cold drink and a great meal are waiting afterwards over at Haller Park. It's literally like a giant puzzle where every single piece has to fit together perfectly, just so the tourist gets to kick back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Okay, so let's look at your Topic 1 itinerary, a roadmap to the basics.
Here's a quick look at the 4 main stops on our journey. We'll be covering key tourism terminology, the roles of guides and operators, essential professional attributes, and finally, the working relationships.
Now, to actually work in tourism, you've got to speak the language, right? In our upcoming lessons, we're going to clarify some really fascinating distinctions. For example, did you know there's actually a technical difference between a tourist and an excursionist? A tourist is someone who stays overnight for more than 24 hours, but an excursionist, that's your day tripper, someone visiting an attraction for under 24 hours without an overnight stay. We'll also break down everyday industry terms, like the difference between your itinerary, which is your planned schedule, and your voucher, which is your actual proof of payment.
And you know, what's really interesting here is the comparison between two roles that honestly get mixed up by the public all the time: the tour operator and the travel agent. Simply put, the tour operator is the creator. They're the ones in the kitchen, designing, organizing, and pricing out the tour packages. They literally build that 5-day safari from the ground up. The travel agent, on the flip side, is the seller. They book the flights and sell those pre-made travel services to clients on behalf of the operators. So they have completely different functions, but it's an absolutely vital partnership.
Speaking of partnerships, this entire ecosystem connects so brilliantly out in the field. You've got the tour operator back in the office planning and organizing the whole package. Then, on the ground, you have the tour guide, whose core responsibility is to interpret the local culture and manage the tourist face-to-face. And right alongside them is the tour driver, ensuring safe, comfortable transportation from A to B. They all rely completely, 100%, on one another to make that seamless vacation actually happen.
Of course, taking on these roles isn't just for anyone. It requires highly specific skills. We're going to explore why a tour guide must have incredible cultural awareness, endless patience, and even first aid skills to manage the unexpected during an outdoor activity. Meanwhile, a successful tour operator, they need razor-sharp business, marketing, and negotiation skills to secure the best rates and make sure everything is legally compliant. It really takes that incredibly diverse set of talents to make the whole tourism machine work.
So, you might be asking yourself, why does learning all of this actually matter? Well, because sustainable, safe, and memorable experiences start with a solid foundation. Mastering these introductory concepts isn't just about passing a module in a course. It's the key to designing travel that actively protects local environments, respects and supports local communities, and ensures future generations can benefit from these amazing destinations just as much as we do today. It's really impactful stuff.
All right, you now have your roadmap. But as you head into the very first lesson, I want you to ask yourself, the last time you enjoyed a truly flawless vacation, how many unseen hands worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make it perfect for you? It's time to pull back the curtain and find out. Bring your curiosity, Head on over to the first lesson and let's start exploring the amazing world of tour operations together.